Hi, Jen with Astro Astrology here. Today we are talking about the full moon that is taking place in Sagittarius, and it's a very Gemini Sagittarius focal point next week because we begin Gemini season also with the sun's ingress on the 20th, followed by Venus on the 23rd, and then Jupiter on the 25th. So that full house that was in Taurus is now moving in to Gemini. So also on the 23rd, we have the moon all by herself, alone in Sagittarius at the time of the full moon. So Pluto will also be within 1 degree of a sextile to the moon and trine to the sun. Venus and Jupiter will also figure prominently as well. So those are two benefics. So at the full moon, both are at the 29th or the anaretic degree of Taurus. So that is at that kind of time that they need to, feeling like they need to finish something up. So first, we're going to look at Sagittarius in our charts. So currently, in Gemini season, it's building a stellium in Gemini. So all those, Gemini, mercurial themes are starting to pop up. That Sag-Gemini axis just loves being social. So this is the time that you want to get out with friends, to socialize, to talk, learn new things, maybe go new places, do some little trips. So it's a great time for a journey. This can be an actual trip itself, like getting in the car and going for a ride, or a spiritual type of journey. So this could be some kind of like inner searching, because we do have that sextile, the sun sextile and the moon trine to Neptune during this full moon. So that can be a very spiritual, more spiritual journey than an actual, going someplace journey. So you'll want to keep your mind really open to outside influences. Dream journaling is huge, especially a motorcycle going by. So dream journaling is a great way to keep in touch with your subconscious. Your dreams are, your body trying to tell you something, your subconscious trying to tell you something. So write your dreams down. I know I've had some really vivid ones lately. Not to go too much into depth that, I'll be trying to what's going on in her psyche. But anyway, so I had this one real strange one that I'll talk about really fast. I was going to my work, and someone who had not been there in at least a year, somebody that I didn't even really talk to anyway, didn't really have a lot of interaction because of where I am at the business and then where that person would go. He was in my dream, and I was like, oh, hey, welcome back, whatever. So the following day at work, this is in my actual waking life, the morning after that dream, I was in my office and I see someone come walking in the front door, usually where our, those workers, they usually work in the back, and this one came in the front door to where I work. And he came into my office and he said hi, and I was like, it was the guy from my dream. And I said, how strange. As much as I have worked with this person, we didn't really have a close relationship that I do much thinking about him, nothing against him, but it was just really strange that I would have a dream about this person that I haven't seen in a long time or interacted with in a long time or even thought about, and then he just happened to come to work. So this is why you want to journal these dreams, and you want to keep track, because again, it could not even be someone coming back from your past, but it could be just something inside you trying to tell you something, or somebody, maybe on a different plane trying to tell you something. So you want to really look at the dream as a whole, because this is Neptune is that dream-like state. You want to look at it as a whole and the scenario around it, and try and figure out, okay, now how does this mean something in my life? Carl Jung said, your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart, because who looks outside dreams, who looks outside dreams, and who looks inside awakes. So I thought that was pretty poignant, because there's only so much you can get to know yourself when you try and block things out, but dreams can kind of bring things to light. So, because if you think also, Pluto with this new moon, or full moon, I'm sorry, is also in a sextile to the moon and in a trine to the sun. So opposite of what Neptune is, and it is in a sextile to Neptune. So this is why, focusing on that dream is really getting deep inside yourself, deep introspection. A lot of soul searching can be going on right now, to really encourage you to take a step back, get out of the light, and just go deep down inside and try and get to know you. See where you might be failing, see where you might be achieving, see where you might want to fix, whatever's going on inside of you. The stellium in Taurus that is now moving into Gemini has really kind of slowed down that intensity of April, that Mars-Saturn conjunction, that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Along with that eclipse, the slowdown came really fast. So there was like so much activity going on, and then whoop, like a fast, just kind of nothing, just kind of like a fast stop. So we might be feeling that kind of like melancholic, not knowing quite what to do, knowing exactly where to place your energy maybe. The normal full moon in Sagittarius is that free-spirited, that fun-loving nature. It's a little bit more muted after with all that's going on with that sextile and trine to Neptune, where Neptune and Pluto are both figuring really deeply into this full moon. So it may, sometimes with something like this, it might take some overindulgence to pull us out of the funk, so you want to be careful that you're not, imbibing a little bit too much, with Neptune in there. You could have a tendency to maybe, that Sagittarius and Gemini wanting to go out and have fun. If you're going out drinking to kind of like drown your, sorrows, or to kind of, get yourself out of that funk, you just want to be careful that it's not being too much. Ooh, it's getting windy. So you also maybe struggling a little bit if you don't want to get out with that like introversion feeling that you need to force yourself to get out, and you don't need to force yourself to get out, but maybe it might be good for you to kind of, maybe you're feeling like, what is wrong with me? I need to get out of this funk, and what am I supposed to do? Because maybe you just don't feel like going out and being social and being fun and being all those things, and you just kind of want to just like mope at home and be sad. And that's why, you want to look at those dreams and see what's making you feel sad, what's making you feel, maybe not right, maybe not as social as you normally would be. But you also, this can be kind of intense with Pluto in there. So you want to try to not take things so seriously. So if it is with somebody else, if it is, on the outside, you want to kind of be a little more lighthearted, maybe not be so deep, kind of stay optimistic about the future, try to exude positivity, because what you put out is what you're going to get back. Sometimes where they say that people, you just feel good around them because they just exude happiness, and you just feel happy and they make you happy. And some people have that laugh that just, you want to laugh when they laugh because it's just that infectious. And so that's kind of, the vibe that you want to put out there, because, you can mentally kind of change your state when you're thinking positive, even if you do have negative things going on around you. To kind of think positive might help with that. And, you want to share. This is Sagittarius, full moon in Sagittarius. So you want to take the lessons that you've learned, that kind of Gemini, learning everything you can, taking it all in, but then you want to share that. So you want to help nurture, use that moon in Sagittarius to nurture and help others that might need a boost with things that you've learned, to maybe ways that you've been helping yourself, that maybe you've been helping yourself to get out of that funk if you have. So you want to look at the future together as a collective to kind of help everybody. We're moving away from that hardworking Taurus to a more, the Sag Gemini axis, where you should focus more on fun than work. Taurus is all about work and getting things done and the drudgery of it, where Gemini and Sagittarius is a lot more lighthearted and a lot more, fun. If you know Sages, usually they're always fun loving. They're ready to do whatever. Geminis, you could just talk forever, and they just have so much that they have so much knowledge because they take in so much knowledge, and they want to just kind of spread that around. Pretend, coming out of Taurus season, that your work is actually to boost others' spirits, to spread joy. So if you do that, maybe you feel better about yourself and feel better about, everything going on around you because you're trying to help. Maybe taking a trip will also do wonders. And Sagittarius too, of course, that's about trips. That could be good for you. It could be good for a relationship that you're in. You want to seek out that joy if you're not finding it right where you are. Look at your lines, look at your astrocartography, and see what looks good, what aspects are, having good aspects to your chart, and maybe kind of, head in that direction. Use the Pluto and Neptune aspects to go deep, know what your dreams are, and know your deepest desires, and dare just to break out and make them a reality. So we're in a mutable season. We have Gemini season and we have Sagittarius. So that is kind of just like, doing something and then kind of picking up the pieces later, because this is the cleanup crew. Okay, we're gonna figure things out. We're gonna start putting the work in. Well, now it's gonna come to fruition. Now we're gonna figure out how we're gonna make this, a thing, whatever it is in your life. So check out where Sagittarius is in your life. It's on your chart. Definitely get that pulled up, because that's how you're gonna relate. This is actually in my 6th and 12th house axis, so I'm not feeling that great. Everyone's got shit going on, and we all do, but in this axis, it does make me kind of want to go inside myself. I kind of don't want to be out there having fun, but even doing these videos has been a little tough on me, just because I've been feeling very introverted. This is really hitting into my 12th house. I have Neptune in my 12th house, so a lot of 12th house themes going on there with this full moon hitting that. So that's, I think, why my dreams have been so vivid and so just, I remember them, and just like, okay, what did that mean? There was just something about that, and there were some recurring ones coming back as well. So, again, find out where it is in your chart. If it's in your 11th house, hey, that's great. You're going to get out with friends. If it's in your 5th house, maybe you're going to be going out dating, who knows? See, 6th house, 12th house, they're not the greatest houses in the world, but we're going to deal with it. So, again, you want to, this is the Wheel of Fortune here. This is Jupiter. This is a Sagittarius. So, take a chance, take a gamble. Spin that wheel. The Wheel of Fortune's spinning. Where's it going to stop? Who knows? You want it to stop on something good. So another way to maybe feel a little bit better, or to kind of bring that positivity in your life, we're going to be starting an upcoming series on gemstones and crystals. And there's going to be shorts, and we're going to kind of focus on a different gem or a different crystal with each video, and how to use them and how they will interact with your chart. So you definitely want to hit the subscribe button and get notified, so you can stay tuned for that, because everyone collects crystals, everyone has a big group of crystals, but what ones are good for you and what ones could actually be harmful to you? If you have if you're trying to bring out a kind of a degraded Jupiter, you want to use certain things. But if you're trying to do, you just want to know how you can use these crystals so they're going to benefit you and they're not going to be too much. You know, it's not going to bring out too much Mars and get you too angry, or bring out too much Saturn and put up too much blocks or anything like that. So we're going to have a little fun with that. I think it's going to be a good time. So spread the word of the channel to a friend. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment on what the Wheel of Fortune can manifest for you. I'd love to hear from you guys. And we will talk to you soon. And next week also, we are going on a trip, me and my family, and we are gonna check out some local space lines and some astrocartography lines, and maybe we'll get everyone involved so we can see how that feels for everybody. So we'll look forward to that. See you guys next week. Bye.